sharing a technology that is changing a lot of people's lives. It's very small. It looks insignificant, like the size of a 5 rand coin or maybe a quarter, but it's doing a lot of great things. It's changing the trajectory of people's lives. We're seeing so many amazing things happen for so many people, and that is why we share. The other thing is, there is an opportunity. So we realized that when we were sharing with people out there, that they were getting results, they were sharing, the company was putting some money in our accounts. And we were not going to say no.
We were saying yes, more and more.
So when we found out that it's a blessing in 80 countries around the world, we were like, hey, you know what? Everybody needs to know about this. We know too many people that are struggling, and who are we not to share this? So that is why we are here today. If you've invited someone, you don't see them on here, please send them a message, let them know to jump on, because you don't want anybody to miss out, right? So
exactly.
Thank you for joining us.
Like Mena said, in the chat, feel free to put in questions, things like that. We might be able to answer them throughout the meeting. But the other part is also, if someone is here and you invited someone and they are here, please make sure you mention them, that they're a guest of yours, which would be great. And if you if you're here as a guest but your person is not on, then just say who invited you, which would be great. Because this time's a little different for some people. This is our international Zoom meeting that we do specifically for Europe and South Africa. My wife being from South Africa, but we are here in sunny Sarasota, Florida. So we're super excited, obviously, that the sun is out. It's only 56 degrees, but the sun is nice, which is good.
Well, that's 56 Fahrenheit, not Celsius.
Celsius has to be like,
so it is cold.
Mars. Anyway, so it's cool for us. That's why we're long sleeves and sweaters and everything else. But again, my name's Greg. This is my wife, Mena. And again, my background's in business consulting for the past 30 years, working with business owners, helping them strategize and accelerate their business. My wife's obviously an attorney from South Africa, but we heard about this patch specifically because a friend of ours, Ken and Diana Burke, said, hey, you've got to check this out. They came over to our house. I'll never forget, they were right at the table we're sitting at right now. They came in and sat at our table and told us about this product. As soon as they mentioned that actually helped one of their friends, Joyce, with some challenges that she had from a car accident, I was like, yeah, I got challenges too, because back in 2016, I had someone plow into the back of my car going about 60 miles an hour is what they guesstimate, but it totaled my car, damaged my neck, my shoulder, my back. Later on 9/11/2021, I injured my knee in an exercise I did with a bunch of guys. We had about 100 guys, so these firefighters went up a 5-story building 18 times. During that time, I injured my knee, which affected my right hip. So I had 5 areas of issues, serious issues, every single day. Chiropractic, acupuncture, acupressure, everything imaginable, every type of thing, CBD essential oils, trying to do stuff to mitigate the challenges I had. Well, with this, I put it on 3 days later. We're 12 hours a day for three days in a row, and 3 days later, noticed my neck, my shoulder, my back, my knee, my hip. I'm like, what in the world is this? How does this work? And our whole lives have changed ever since. And so we now got business all over the world, and we can't stop sharing this technology because it's changing lives around the world. So what we're going to do is we're going to share some information here. We're going to be muting people specifically, but if you do have questions, please put in the information in the chat, and then we can also answer any questions. The other part to this is that we always ask people, have you been patched yet? Because if you haven't been patched, that is something you definitely want to do, because again, what this really does is it elevates what's called GHK copper peptides in our body that activate our stem cells and regenerate our body. So I'm going to play a 3-minute video that kind of explains more about the team, the expansion that we're doing, but also a little bit more of the background of the company, and obviously David Schmidt, who's the founder. So check out this 3-minute video. Explains more in 3 minutes. I could probably explain in 30 minutes. So here's a great video. Here you go.
In a world searching for answers, one discovery is changing everything. A patch, no bigger than a quarter, built not to treat symptoms, but to wake up the healer inside you. This is X39, a wearable, light-activated patch. Designed by David Schmidt, an inventor with over 200 patents. His mission? To reverse aging naturally. This isn't science fiction. It's stem cell activation without injections, without pills. Your body repairing itself. The results? Life-changing energy, recovery, sleep, relief. And the medical world? It's taking notice. Still skeptical? Visit thisisitinfo.com. You'll find the studies, the patents, the proof. It's all there. But there's more. This tiny patch isn't just transforming lives, it's creating freedom. Because behind it is a business model built for the bold. Real people, real results. Income that scales with impact. And here's why. Because this breakthrough technology is patented and exclusive, it offers a lucrative business plan that allows you to compound your efforts. More people than ever are struggling in today's economy. You can no longer rely on your own sweat equity alone to make a living. This business model allows you to duplicate yourself and, even better, to benefit from other people's efforts. So your income no longer depends solely on you. By duplicating yourself over and over, the income potential is far greater than a conventional job, career, or profession. And you're never alone. The This Is It system gives you the tools, the path, the team. All you have to do is start. The question is no longer if it works, it's whether you'll act or let this moment pass. Will you keep waiting or finally feel your body come alive again? Will you stay financially stuck or build something that lasts? Isn't it time to start living life on your own terms? The This Is It action plan will set you on a path to live out the dreams you have for your family. Get back with the person who shared this video so you can experience the age-reversing health and the exciting lifestyle that thousands are already enjoying. This is the technology, this is the team, and this is your moment. This is it.
Awesome. So hopefully they gave you a little bit better insight of obviously the company itself, a little bit more about David Schmidt. And again, David, we had a chance to meet him several different times. An amazing person. He just said at the last meeting that we were at, he said he's on his way to 300 patents, possibly even this year. So he's a scientist and inventor specializing in age reversing. I'm always like, thank God for people like this, right? In 2008, he focused attention on stem cell research, and this one product took 10 years. $4.5 million of research and development to come up with, and it's really the greatest, basic breakthrough in the medical industry in the field of regenerative medicine ever. And we got some awards we'll share a little bit later. But when I talked to my wife about this, she was very skeptical. But then I showed her the information, showed her the patent, and then she was like, "Okay, wait a minute, there's something to this."
Yes, as an attorney, we don't believe everything. We want everything to be proved. We want to see the evidence, So I was like, what is this little sticker going to do for anybody? And, when Greg's results 3 days later, when you hear someone moaning and groaning for 6 years and then all of a sudden it's gone, I'm like, what on earth? Something has happened. So I was like, okay, let me look at this. Let me look at the website. And I took a look at it and I saw this patent. And as an attorney, I understand that you can't register a patent on a product unless it's one of a kind, and you cannot make certain statements in this legal document unless you've actually proven that it is correct and true. And so when I read even this short paragraph, because I looked through the patent, as any good attorney would do, and I saw this paragraph, it says something like this, and you can see it on the screen: beneficial effect by providing phototherapy. And I understood phototherapy to be light therapy. A lot of people are working with that nowadays to the human body, and as a result of elevating copper peptide, which I knew nothing about, but we've since learned, including activation of stem cells, improvements in energy. I think a lot of us are looking for that. We're tired at the end of the day. Elevation of antioxidants, reduction in inflammation, that got my attention. Management of pain, improvement in stamina, elevation of collagen production, another word which got my attention, and improved wound healing. I thought, oh my goodness, I do not want to be left behind. I'm going to use this. So that's when we decided, you know what, let's jump on board, let's start using the product and start experiencing it.
Yeah. And so what's interesting about how X39 works is a proprietary form of phototherapy. And we all experience phototherapy every day, especially here in Florida. It's a sunshine state. So when I go out in the sun's rays hit our skin, which is our biggest organ. And when it hits our skin, it basically elevates things in our body, like vitamin D, right? So what happens is that we get vitamin D from the sun, but most people know that, but it's not pushing out vitamin D from the sun. It's actually pushing out a frequency of light that hits our skin that elevates the vitamin D in our body. So this has actually got patented nanocrystal technology. It's actually, I got it wearing right here, just so it's easy to see. It's hard to see the one on the back of my neck, right? So here it's got nanocrystal technology. It's got no drugs, no chemicals, stimulants. It reflects our own light. So we emit heat and light 24/7. So if I put on night vision goggles, we basically glow in the dark, right? So it reflects our own light to activate. It's non-transdermal and it's non-invasive. And so when you start elevating and activating the stem cells in your body, things start changing. So I'm 55 now, and I literally feel like I'm in my 30s going to my 20s. But I'll tell you, at 52, I felt like I was in my 60s going to my 70s. So I think I just turned 29 yesterday. I don't know, but I'm just telling you, it's amazing. I just had a crazy workout I just did, a little earlier this morning that I would not be able to do several years ago, and it's been a game changer.
Yeah, so the benefits of X39, optimum health and wellness, improved exercise performance. My goodness, have we seen that?
Yep.
Improvement in strength, improvement in stamina, healthy energy flow, no drugs, no stimulants. That to me is amazing. And, David talks about achieving optimal health, a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. And we've experienced a lot of that over the 3 years. We still are. It's such a blessing to our lives.
Yeah, and then we get pages and pages and pages. We're just kind of highlighting some of the benefits to this. So some of the long-term results per the case studies on thisisit.info.com. You can check out all the different case studies. They've been doing case studies for 21 years on the technology and everything else. Obviously, a lot of case studies on the X39 specifically. And so what's pretty amazing is that they talk about, once again, 4,000 genes beginning to reset to a younger, healthier state within days. Now, again, I still don't understand. I know we got like 12,000 genes. We understand now. Like I said, we're not doctors or scientists, but then we were researching this, and basically it researched about resets 1/3 of our genes. So our body basically goes into a reboot. The same way that if I think about my computer or I think about my phone, if my phone locks up, what do? Do I keep on working on it, or do I reboot it? Well, your body goes into this reboot, which is pretty amazing. And there's other things out there that reset genes, like you might have heard of red wine. It's got resveratrol in it. Well, resveratrol is used in a lot of these different other products out there, a lot of supplements, and it's their hero product. It's the best product out there. Well, that resets 2 genes. This resets 4,000, a little bit of difference. A little bit down the road, within about 6 weeks, your brain becomes balanced. I'm like, thank God, because I was telling my friends, patch their forehead. Because a lot of brain cells, once again, talk about brain balance, hormonal balance, all these kind of things. Homeostasis is what basically your body goes into. So increased collagen levels several months later, 200, 300, 400% is what we've heard. And also your heart reverses in age. We've seen some studies where people years younger, basically within months. So every body is different, but the longer you wear this, the better your body becomes and basically starts healing like it did when you're younger. It's pretty amazing.
So how do we wear it? The X39, we wear it for 12 hours on the body, and you can see the graphics here, and the reason why they show them underneath the belly button and behind the neck on the C7 is because that is where David Schmidt actually did all his trials, so he wanted to be consistent to see the results. But we've heard him say you can stick it where it hurts. So wherever you want to, because it is systemic, so it goes to work throughout the body wherever it's needed. We wear it 12 hours on because we want to elevate, activate, and regenerate our own stem cells. Then we take it off when we are resting. So most of us work during the day, rest at night, some of you the other way around. So whenever you're resting, you want to remove it so that your body can rest, repair, and rejuvenate.
Yeah. And what's interesting is I tell people all the time, set an alarm on your phone. That's what I did. I still have it on my phone. 9 o'clock every morning, my alarm goes off, says put on X39. 9 o'clock at night says take off X39. Take it off, throw it out, put a new one on the next day. And then obviously drink lots of good water. We recommend hydration is the key to basically detoxing a lot of things out. So we always recommend good spring water. A lot of people drink purified water, and we tell people all the time, nothing wrong with purified water. The problem is they remove everything, which includes the minerals. You need minerals, and we recommend some mineral supplements and different things that make a big difference. And the person who we spoke to can actually make some recommendations. So testimonies of X39 are emotional and life-changing. And you've heard kind of a little bit about mine, but we do have someone on here today that we'd like to obviously have him share a little bit more about the testimonials. Let me stop sharing my screen here. And so what's interesting is we got people that we've talked to, and some people have even said, you've got to hear these testimonials. So today, I was looking where he's at.
Louis.
Yeah, Louis.
Louis
Oh, there he is.
Rosses.
There's Louis. So Louis, if you want to mute yourself, oh, there he is. Okay, if you want to mute yourself real quick and share a little bit more about how this has changed your life, because you've been using the patch for a few months now. So go ahead and mute yourself and then share, what you've seen, the differences.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. Yes.
Okay, I'll start right from the top. My hair started turning blacker. It went from gray to blacker. I had skin tags on the corners of my eyes. This one fell off, this other one,
Sorry, go ahead.
and the one on the left, half of it fell off. On my chest, a bunch of little ones fell off. Now I got little white spots. My teeth, I have half of it is a bridge, and every time you run that string through it, I'd bleed, and I'd have bad breath all day. Well, I noticed it hasn't been bleeding no more, so that's great. No more bad breath. Another thing I noticed is my scar on my leg. It's a big scar. It's starting to go away on the inside, and the outside's getting lighter. And now I'm keeping an eye on it. And another thing was I'm losing weight. But the best thing about this patch for me is the energy level. It's off the roof. I do neighbors' driveways because I'm bored, and we got a lot of snow. We're getting hit with snow real hard right now, and it's cold. And my neighbors look at me like I'm crazy because they want to pay me, but I don't want the money. It's just I got too much energy in me, and I'm gonna be 79 March 1st, and
Wow.
I feel like I'm in my early 40s.
Wow.
That's how young I feel, and I tell everybody about the patch, and if they don't want to listen to me, well, I'm living proof that this thing works, and I'm gonna wear it until the day I die. I
Wow.
love.
That's absolutely amazing. And you've been using it for how many months now?
I started on October 2nd.
Fantastic.
So, yep. So I'll be opening up another pack here. I got like 3 left. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll be getting another month in, and I
That,
love
that
it.
that that is amazing. So we don't use the 4-letter S word here, SNOW here in Florida. We use sand and things like that. Anyway, sunshine. So and we don't shovel sunshine. And we wanted to do that. It's kind of cool. So, but thank you for sharing that, Louis. That is absolutely amazing. And so again, the part that we never know is we don't know if it's going to take days or weeks or months, but we do know that typically from all the different studies they've done, that 97% of people notice significant changes within 90 days. But the rule of thumb really is to see the full effect, you should be wearing 1 month. Now, this is a sleeve that has 30 patches in here. We use 1 month supply of X39 for every decade of your life. So I'm 55, so I should use it 5 to 6 months. Louis, 6 to 7 months, is that right? Yeah, 7 to 8 months. Oh my gosh. But anyway, so you should wear it. The longer you wear it, the better results you're going to get. So you already heard, Louis' testimonial. That is, absolutely phenomenal. So Louis, thank you so much for sharing that, because that's like 10 things that you just mentioned in like a
Yeah,
minute.
I love it.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for jumping on and sharing, because we were talking last night on the phone. Rob Weaver said, "Hey, you got to hear Louis' testimony. You got to
Yeah,
hear it." So we
I'm
appreciate it.
excited, man.
Yep. Wow.
Awesome.
79.
Yeah.
You don't look at Louis.
No.
So
Thank
wow.
you.
Keep
I look
going.
I look younger than Greg, don't I?
You do. I love it.
Reverse aging.
Reverse aging, I'm telling you, you're getting there. So it's so cool. So again, we love hearing from other people. So again, we could go on and on and on. We could share hundreds and eventually thousands of testimonials, because we've got them from so many people from around the world. But really, these emotional life changes. You just heard the energy from Louis. Again, how many people do you know that are that age that say, you know what, I can't wait to it's horrible. I mean, you see how the energy is. It's pretty amazing. So one thing we recommend is going to thisisitinfo.com. When you go there, you can actually go at the top, and you'll basically see the patents and testimonials. At the very top also it says the testimonials that are on there, and you can click on that. You'll see a list of all these different words on there. If you click on any of those, you'll see basically videos, like 3, 4, 5 videos per one, basically, where people are talking about how this has benefited them. But you can scroll through, see the patents, see the medical doctor section at the bottom. We highly recommend do your research, check it out, because the more you check it out, the more you're going to go, oh my goodness. The best way to check it out is order it, get it to you. You got a 30-day money-back guarantee. We'll talk about in a minute. Put the patch on and you start experiencing it. Then you can check it all you want. You got 30 days to check everything out. So you want to talk a little about the company?
Yes. So at the time that we found out about this amazing technology, we didn't know that this company LifeWave existed. We found out that they were a plus year old company, open in over 75 plus countries, and I'm inclined to say 80 countries because that's what we heard. But at the time of the registration of the patent and this patch coming to market, the X39, the company was sitting at about 20 million US in revenue. 2021, 2022, we got started together with a number of people that are part of this is a team, and we hit the $320 million mark. 2023, $430 million mark. 2024, over $600 million US dollars, and 2025, we're pushing for $1 billion. I heard that we closed pretty close to it, like 900 and something million dollars. So you see this upward trajectory. That is an indication to me that this is working.
Yes.
Many people are using it. Many people are talking about it and sharing it and cannot stop sharing. So we're onto the right thing, the right product, the right time with the right company.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing because we've hit number one momentum now for 2 years in a row. Number one momentum ranked company basically ranks all these different Business World magazine ranks all these networks and stuff like that, like we have, and we're the number one momentum ranked. And now I talked about the greatest breakthrough in the medical industry in the field of regenerative medicine ever. Well, we not get the award to prove it. We just won the 2025 Biotech Breakthrough Award. This Lifeway product wins the Stem Cell Innovation of the Year in 2025 Biotech Breakthrough Awards program. There are thousands of nominations from over 15 different countries, and people are being recognizing this all over the world. When they research it, they're like, whoa, this is amazing. So when you check it out, it's pretty phenomenal. So what we're gonna do is kind of shift right now, talk a little bit more about the opportunity, because someone invited you here because they wanted you to find out about the product. But we're hoping also you'd be like us and say, we need to share this with other people, because what there is there's an opportunity you can actually generate residual income literally by sharing this with others. So the main thing I want you to think about is really what's important in your life. I know my wife and I, when we were looking at this, what was important to me was my health was a huge thing, but family time was the number one thing. And I'll tell you right now, I used to go to all these different parks here in Florida, went to Disney World and Universal and Busch Gardens, and I used to be able to ride all these rides. And I'll tell you, 3-4 years ago, I couldn't ride those rides anymore. It was just excruciating for the challenges of that. So spending time with my family had to be different, right? So these are things that my wife, being from South Africa, wanted to spend time with her family. So last year we were in South Africa 3 different times. Why? Because we could, and we'll talk more about that. But the other part is security. How about the idea of having total financial security? I'm not talking about bars on windows and barbed wire fences. I'm talking about financial security. What if you double, triple, quadrupled your income? How would your life change? Because I want you to think about that. Now, what about travel? We've actually won 8 free incentive trips. Actually, next month, we're going to take our 8th free trip. We earned, I should say, that we've earned this trip. Actually, we're going to be going to the Bahamas on a cruise with hundreds of other people on this as a team, which is absolutely amazing. And so right now, in the middle of actually qualifying for Hawaii. How many people like to go to Hawaii? How about paid for? Once again.
How about Budapest for Europe and South Africa?
Absolutely. So people going to Budapest, basically for Europe and South Africa, and we'll show that at the very end. But where would you, if I could buy you airplane tickets anywhere, or just buy you tickets anywhere, where would you like to go? I know a lot of people say, I'd like to just see my own country, right? Let alone where would you want to go? Some of the top places we heard people go, I want to go to Europe, I want to go to Italy, I want to go to Greece, I want to go to Hawaii, I want to go to the United States, I want to go to wherever. I mean, a lot of people, their dream here in the United States is go to South Africa, right? Well, what if you had the money and the time to do that? How about better health? Better health is better wealth. If you understand that, that's really what it is. I mean, when people's health diminishes, it affects everybody in the family. I mean, it's pretty amazing. When you have better health, it also affects everybody in the family in a great way. Like my wife said, her ear stopped hurting because of me complaining so much. That was the first effect she saw. But once again, less debt. How about zero debt? How many people like the idea of being able to tear up, basically credit cards, or be able to tear up any kind of bills and stuff like that, pay cash for certain things, even like cars or vehicles or whatever. So the biggest thing for me was independence. I was working for a job that I really didn't care for. I wanted to be financially independent. And so the challenges that I had, and we were working on all kinds of different things to try to replace my income. Well, with the help of my wife, the help of God Almighty, thank you, Lord, Lily, and the help of our team, within 14 months utilizing this product and sharing with others, I was able to replace my 6-figure income. And Lily, with January 8th of 2024, was able to fire my job. I basically told them I was making more money part-time. They could pay me full-time, give my job to somebody who needs it, and walked into the land of living. So we've been 2 years financially independent. And so if you like that idea, that this is an opportunity. Now, again, we can't guarantee that for anyone. We can only tell you that we worked very hard. We were very diligent. We followed the system.
Consistent.
We're very consistent. Just like every day, we're you know, this is what's the wording? This is not an all day. This
This is an everyday business, but it's not an all day.
No.
So it's not like 9 to 5. You
No,
know,
it's part-time.
you do this. I mean, you're out there talking to people, sharing with people, having conversations. It comes so naturally. You know, how often are we sharing a good meal? How often are we a good restaurant? How often are we sharing a good movie?
Yep.
So when you find something that can change their lives, both for health and wealth, why not share?
Absolutely.
So conventional business as opposed to LifeWave business, you know, I'm in conventional business as a lawyer, own practice, and Greg was as a business consultant. And, you know, we both realized the startup costs. I mean, and they don't stop because you have those overheads every single month. Whereas the business we have our hands on now, this is a low startup cost, like literally anybody can get started. We have high risk in conventional business. You know, it's either going to make it or break it, you know. So LifeWave, this opportunity, we have a 30-day risk-free trial, like 30 days.
Yeah.
Long hours in your own business. It really is dependent on you, your efforts. Whereas our LifeWave business, we make our own schedule. Nobody is watching the clock, telling us when to come and go, when to take vacation, when to come back. Trial and error for conventional business, you know, like I said, you know, you may not make it, and then you got to figure out how to do this. Whereas our LifeWave business, we have a 20+ year track record.
Yeah.
And, you know I'm jumping ahead, but this is our team has a system that works.
Yeah.
And it's duplicatable. So that's pretty much what we're doing and what we're telling everybody else to do.
And which conventional business is a lot of times you're in your business for yourself, but by yourself. But in our business, you're a business, you know, for yourself, but not by yourself. So basically you get a chance to work with people and we team up with you to actually help you become successful, which is pretty great. So opportunities happens by creating solutions. So the current problems to solve right now is the market is oversaturated with, the words we use is illegitimate products. There's a lot of products out there that just don't work, or they work a little bit, they don't do whatever. But we have patented phototherapy technology that literally changes things like nothing I've ever seen. I've tried hundreds of different products and all of them helped a little. This has been a game changer. I mean, it's completely helped with everything else. So talking about financial struggles is a problem out there today. So we now have a duplicatable business model that can teach people and help people how to basically get out of their financial struggles. Also, poor health and wellness. How about optimum health and wellness, like Menno was talking about earlier? Those are some of the things that we're doing is we're creating solutions for people, and it's very, very powerful. So we're going to highlight really a couple different ways that you can actually earn money from this. There's really 9 ways that you can actually earn from this business. We're going to highlight just a couple of them. The very first thing we want to make sure people know, if I could talk slower, make sure people know is that this is set up as a network, which to me, I love that idea. I love J. Paul Getty was a first U.S. billionaire, and he said, I'd rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own. So what we do is we basically help you develop a network, and what happens, you now become a brand partner. As a brand partner, you get the product at wholesale, which is great. Then what we do is in this case, just getting started is as easy as placing friends and acquaintances on the left and right. Like I say, this could be a sister, this could be a best friend, this could be another brother, this could be a neighbor. So 2 left, 2 right as an example. And what's happens then, these people start doing the same thing. These people are doing the same thing and things start growing. You have unlimited amount of people you can put in, which is absolutely amazing. So what happens is they've got different levels here. They have what's considered a 1, 2, 3-star manager. I'll show you 1 and 2 in a minute, but 1, 2, 3-star director, 1, 2, 3-star executive, 1, 2, 3-star presidential. And what happens when you hit different ranks, you actually can earn more and more and more on this one way. This one way, even as a 3-star manager, you can make up to $1,500 per week. Now, when I saw that, I'm like, this is awesome. That doesn't start there. It's just at 100 and 200, 300, 400. So it's growing and growing and growing. And then you start growing in your different levels. You can start making more and more and more to the point where you can make up to $25,000 per week within just this one way, one of the 9 ways. It's capped there, not a bad cap, $1.3 million a year. But again, even for a lot of people, if they could just make even an extra $500 or extra $1,000 a week, that's pretty much a game changer for a lot of people. And this is set up what they call a binary, but it's also what they call a unilevel. I'm not gonna explain all that, but it's pretty huge. So how we get people started hurting some of the different bonuses, we help them launch their business, and there's business launch bonuses that you can actually earn. And by helping people become a 1-star manager, now you get started started and put one on the left and one on the right. Like I said, it could be a sister, it could be your best friend. Within 48 hours, call it out of the gate in 48. So now what happens is you now are earning an additional $25 a week for the next 8 weeks. So to me, I look at that, that's not bad. That's an extra $100 a month just on top of what you're currently doing, once again, by just finding 2 people. But then what we do is then basically help people basically do what we call out of the gate in 48 and left and right by Monday night. So our goal by next Monday is help you put another person left, another person right. So you can have 2 left, 2 right. And now you're making a $50 bonus for the next 8 weeks. Now, again, you're creating residual from the other parts. A lot of things are growing. But again, these are additional bonuses. This launch bonus is something that's great. So we can help people make money right out of the gate. So it's actually fantastic. So I'm going to have Meta kind of explain a little bit more about this mentorship matching bonus.
And then this is another way we get paid. It's the mentor matching bonus. So, when we start working with people and helping them to get what they want, then the company recognizes that and they start to give us a percentage of whatever they're doing in their business. And look at this. This is all the way to generation 6, and we start getting paid off of people that we're mentoring and coaching when they are 1-star director level. So the percentages will go up as they go up, as they become, a 1-star executive, a 3-star presidential. We start getting paid a bigger and a higher percentage off of what they do. And it's off of as many people as they pay out on per week. We max out at $20,000 per week on anybody who is who we're mentoring and coaching up to the 6th generation, like I said. And it's only we miss all the generation, all the ranks before that. So manager 1, 2, 3-star don't fall in this. So the next person that's a 1-star director, so it could be down at generation 3 or generation 4 that you get paid, but it's maxing at $20,000 per week per person, and as many as are ranking up at those different levels. So it is huge. You're probably saying, I'm lost, I don't understand it all. You don't need to. You know what? The biggest thing, what we did is we just saw that there's opportunity here. We decided, we made a decision to get started. And when we started to see it happen in our back office, that's how we understood it. So don't worry about whether it's a 5% or an 18% payout. Make a decision. We either are going to do something different this year, or maybe we're just going to keep doing the same thing. But I heard someone say that if nothing changes, nothing changes. So if you want something to change for you this year, this may be it. But we've got a little bit more to share. Yeah. So the last part to this is, I would say, compare this to your the current work you're doing, right? Compare this to your job, your current work that you're currently doing. Imagine now you have basically in generation 1, just say you bring in 10 people, and now these 10 people each bring in 10 people. Now this generation 2 is 100. Now these 10 people or these 100 people bring in 10 people. That's 1,000. So you can imagine the duplication can happen here, and you can have as many as you want. We sponsor personally over 200 people personally. We can't stop. We just signed up another person today, get another person tomorrow, or later on today we're signing up. So we got all these people that once again are like, I'm interested, I want to partner with this. So once again, you pick whatever it is. Now we've talked about some big incomes, but just use an example. If you make an extra $1,000 a month, an extra 20,000 Rand a month, for those of you in South Africa, if you could make an extra 20,000 Rand a month, would that be something significant to change your family's future right now? For a lot of people, that is. If you don't believe me, go ask your boss for the increase. Say, I need to make an extra 20,000 Rand per month, or you got to talk to your boss here in the United States. Say, I need to make an extra $1,000 a month. Most of them will go, yeah, right. So once again, this is an opportunity that you can do. And it's unlimited. Yep. So this is a system allows you to duplicate your efforts. And this is what happens. You bring in people who bring in people, who bring in people, who bring in people. And this is what really happens. And that's what gets really exciting. We got people on our team we've never met before, which is amazing. A lot of people we haven't met, 99% of the people. So what happens how you get started is that you literally have, we call it an app in our lap. I've always got a piece of paper, or always got this with me. If I'm with someone in person, I've actually been at meetings, people go, how do I get that product? And I just slide over a piece of paper, they start filling it out. But it's really pretty simple. You can pay retail or you can pay wholesale.
Retail's $150, basically still a great price for a 1 month supply, but we'd rather give it to the wholesale price. And how we get the wholesale price is that now you actually can register and basically get 3 sleeves for less than $100 a sleeve. So to me, that's great, less than $100 a month. Now, if you're husband and wife, that's great. You might have, basically a month and a half of basically usage for each of you for that. I always recommend, if you say, I'm interested in doing the 90-day run, which is what we always recommend because 97% of people get those kind of results, you want to be on the advanced pack or above. If you want to develop business from this, we always recommend the advanced plus, or the premium. My wife and I signed up on the premium, which we got 20 sleeves of this. Now, why do we need 20 sleeves? It wasn't like we're going to use all those. No, what we did is they said, no, Steve and Gina Merritt said, what we recommend is when people are local to you and they say, I want to get registered, tell them, say, what we'll do is we'll lend you one of our sleeves so that when you get started, you can start using the product right now. So people are like, yeah, I want to start using it today. Well, the product comes, 4 or 5 days later. So what we do then is set up a time that when the product comes in, they give us one of the new sleeves back. We call it place and replace. So we started doing that, place and replace, and place and replace, and place and replace, for people that were local to us. And within 2.5 weeks, we made that money back because we make money off of registering people as well above and beyond that. That's another way to kind of explain a little bit more about that. And you can learn, more about that. But with that, we made that money back. Our first month, we made almost $3,000. Now, can we guarantee that for you? No, we can't guarantee you one penny, but we can say, if you're willing to follow the system and follow what Steve and Gina recommend, but this is a team teaches, you can start having success for yourself. Some have done better than us. I mean, so it's everybody's different. Then we set you up automatically so you continue getting the product on a regular basis. And this is what happens. And that's the part we love about this. So you pick the package that's best for you. A lot of people say, if I'm just looking for my husband and wife, they basically say, I like this because I get it for $90 sleeve because I get two 90-day supplies. But if you're looking for a business, you want to at least be on the advanced plus or premium. Hopefully that makes sense. So you want to talk about this?
So we already shared with you, this is at info.com, which is the website that has all the information. I shared that with the stay-at-home mom and with the doctors because it has as much information as people need and want to see. No one can purchase off of that site. But then if you're saying, what, the opportunity sounds quite interesting, and I think I want to get started and I want to figure out how this is going to work. Well, you don't have to figure it out. You don't have to build a website. Yep. The website is here for you. It's been given to you. This is a team.com. Has everything there that you need. So it will have a lot more information about the compensation plan. So you can really go do a deep study.
Yes.
If you're that type of person, you want to know every single thing, A to Z, it's all on here on thisisateam.com. So these are the 2 websites we use. We do not pay for them. They're given to us and they are tools that have gotten us from zero all the way to the top. So if you're part of our team, which I think majority of you on here are all in our business, these are the websites that you need to be using.
Absolutely. And so the last part here is that once again, it's really time to make a move. Because again, I love this picture because I love the beaches. I love blue skies. I love the Caribbean. Our beaches are not quite that blue, but they're pretty close. It's gorgeous where we live here in Sarasota. And if you're serious about your dreams and you love the ideas of things that we're talking about today, there really is hope for your future. So we tell people all the time, get back together with a person that actually recommended this to you and talk to them about getting started. However you want to start. I always tell people there's really 3 different ways. I mean, number 3 is someone that says, what, I just like to, become a customer. That's great. Just tell the person you're 3. And number 2 is like, yes, I'm very interested. I want to get more information. Then we'll set up a time with you to follow up with you. And number 1 says, I want it all. Can I get started like right now? Just let the people know if you're 3, 2, or 1, and we'll help you launch your business. And that's really it. The last thing we'll share with you real quick is a couple things like we mentioned before. If you like the idea, there's 5 weeks left to qualify for a free trip to Honolulu. Now, again, we can't make any guarantees, but again, there's so many people that have qualified for this, but I'm not going to play the video. But again, if you've ever wanted to go to Hawaii, this is not a normal trip that they do. This is amazing. A lot of times these trips are left for very high level people and companies, stuff like that. This is available for anybody. Anybody who's brand new, if you say, I'm willing to do that, there's people that have hit this in like 7 days and 10 days. I mean, so everybody's different. So if you like the idea of doing that, for those of you that are in Europe and South Africa, if you like the idea of traveling, this is amazing. I want to go there. I want to go to Budapest. I've heard so many amazing things about it. I mean, look at the place you're going to be able to go. So some of the different places, and actually the hotel you'd be staying at is actually one of the top rated hotels in the whole country. People come in from all over Europe to go to the spa there, which you're going to be able to utilize, which is pretty amazing. So So the biggest part to this, more than anything else, is that if you say, I'm very interested in this, we'd love to work with you. We'd like to have you get registered, get started, and we're going to start working with you today. We have a training that we do every Monday, also right after this meeting. So we're starting at actually about 18 minutes now, that we're going to be doing a training. If someone says, hey, I want to find out more about this and develop more business, it's a business training. It's not about the product, it's about the business and how to develop a large team. So they can actually recommend it to you. Is there anything else?
Yeah, and if you don't have the link for that, you can just message me. I'll send the link to you for our team training. But we appreciate every single one of you getting on, taking time out of your day and or your evening, wherever you're at. Please, if you're on here and you're new, someone invited you, get back with the person that invited you and let them know where you're at. Are you ready to get going? Just from a product standpoint, from the product and the opportunity, or if you're not, that's great. Maybe you know someone who needs this, but we appreciate every single one of you. So thank you for being on, and we will see you on our team training in the next few minutes.
Fantastic. So bless you guys. Have an amazing day. Hopefully we'll see you on the team training. Great meeting everybody here. Thank you again, Louis, for the great testimonial. You're going to continue getting younger and younger. I'm telling you, it's awesome. Keep shoveling snow. Love you guys. Have a blessed day. We'll talk